encouragement, love, happiness, fulfillment, riches, prosperity, wealth. These are things that most people want in their life, and yet seem to struggle for them and never achieve them. Why is that? Why is it that these things, which are so vitally important to us, some of us never achieve? We struggle all of our lives, seemingly in an endless pursuit, and never get there. Why is that? Could it be because we're trying to get something? We're taught that we have to go out and get what we want to make it happen. And there's enough truth in that to mislead most of us. I've been misled by it myself, thinking I have to go out there and get it. I have to work hard. There is truth in hard work. I like hard work. I enjoy it. Now, do I enjoy it all the time? Are there things that I do sometimes that I would rather not do, like clean the kitchen yesterday? I really didn't want to do that. Is that hard work? Not hard work, but it's kind of a menial task, because in my mind, I'm thinking my 6 kids are just going to dirty it up again, and nobody cleans like I do. Well, maybe that's good. Nobody cleans like I do. Why do we not enjoy our lives like we want to? Why are we not fulfilled? Why are we not encouraged? Why are we not inspired? I believe it's because we don't take time to inspire others. We don't take time to encourage others. We don't take time to help people find fulfillment in their lives, to find wealth in their lives, to enrich the lives of others. Because it's contrary to what we've been raised to believe, that whatever we want in life, we have to give away. And the more we give away, the more comes back to us. How can that be? If I give everything away, I will have nothing. That's not true. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be added unto you. Now, a wise man said that thousands of years ago, and many other wise men, prophets, seers, philosophers have said the same thing. And yet, we are taught in modern society to go out and get what you want. We're not taught to go out and give what we want. We're taught to go out and get what we want, which is actually contrary to what the reality is in front of us. Think about the greatest successes in the world. You may not like them. Bezos, Elon Musk. Do you know how many jobs these people have provided for others? They provide a service. How many of you use Facebook? How many of you enjoy using that? Whether you get on there and complain or argue with people or post things or sell things or whatever you do with that. He has provided millions of people with a service. Elon Musk has provided cars. He's planning on sending people to the moon. He's providing many people with hope of a better world. Henry Ford. We all know what a Ford car is. He provided people with a reasonable priced car that the average person could afford. And his legacy still lives on. Our government are supposed to be, the original intent, servants. And they do serve the people, regardless of what you believe about how well they serve the people. And I have my doubts about some of that too. And I know some of you believe, maybe not any of my followers, subscribers, that the police are maybe a little out of line. But they're servants. If I pick up the phone now and dial 911, they will come here. They have no idea what they're going to run into, or if they will leave here alive. But yet they come. You can't pay someone enough to do that job. That's something they have to have within them that they desire to do, to serve people, to take the chance of laying down their life for someone else. Now, are there bad cops? Of course there are. There are bad painters, there are bad plumbers, there are bad electricians, there are bad politicians, there are bad all kinds of people, and there are good people. The biggest majority of people want to do their best. Unfortunately, news media, social media, and the world media's outlets show us only the worst. You have to search for the good that happens every day in the world, the love that happens every day in the world. But you don't have to search for the negativity, the hate. It seems to be blasted in your face 24 hours a day by headline news. But there are many, many wonderful, glorious, fantastic things people do every day. Most go unnoticed. Unless someone who is rich and famous and has great notoriety does it, and even then it may not make the news. But that really doesn't matter what they're doing. What are you doing? What are you adding to life? What are you giving to your neighbor? I also read once that a wise man said, "Love your neighbor as you love yourself." Now, some people think about loving their neighbor, and they think, how can I love that guy? Man, he just gets on my nerves. I can't stand him. Well, love is not necessarily a feeling, but more of an action. Love to me is a verb. Now, I don't have to feel like stopping and helping another motorist who's had an accident or having trouble along the road. Maybe I have somewhere to be, maybe it's raining outside. I don't have to feel like doing that. Feeling has nothing to do with it, but if I stop and help that person, that is an act of love. That is loving my neighbor as I love myself. I would want someone to stop and help me. And as I say all the time, I kind of preach it, and I'm not a religious guy. You reap what you sow. What you put out there comes back to you multiplied. Whatever you focus on in life grows in your experience. Are you focusing on helping, encouraging, giving to others what you want in life? Or are you focusing on what others are giving to you? The little, the lack that you're getting. How hard you work and you don't get what Joe over here gets. You don't know what Joe's giving to life. You're only judging by what you see. And you don't see what Joe does all day long. You don't see that after work he spends 2 hours helping, let's say, drug addicts or alcoholics get their life back together, giving them the opportunity to have a better life, showing them the pathway to fulfillment, happiness, contentment, peace of mind. Joe's grateful because someone passed that on to him. Now he's passing that on to others. If you want to feel great, you want to feel encouraged, help other people feel great. Help them feel encouraged. Help them find a way to increase their financial prosperity. Help them to become healthier, encourage them to be so. Now, the mistake a lot of people make, and I've made this in the past too, is expecting it back from the person you gave it to. Most of us would agree that you can't get something for nothing, right? I think that's obvious. When we try to get something for nothing, we usually end up getting nothing and maybe losing what we have. But guess what? The contrary is true. You cannot give something for nothing either. It always comes back to you in one form or another, usually not immediately, but sometime down the road, a week, 2 weeks, 6 months, sometimes 6 years. But we forget what we have done for others, and when it comes back to us, we don't realize that this is just the law of sowing and reaping, a universal law, God's law, if you like, of putting out there. Whatever you put out comes back to you multiplied. Whatever you take from others will be taken from you multiplied. Live by the sword, die by the sword. What goes around comes around. So if you're not getting in your life what you want, if you're not being loved and encouraged and respected, if you don't have wealth, if you don't have prosperity, if you're living in lack, what are you adding to life? When you get up in the morning, instead of thinking about what can I get today, ask yourself, ask your higher self, your higher power, ask God, what can I give today? Show me how I can be helpful. Give me opportunities, help me see opportunities to help others have what I so desperately want in life. Try it for a month. And keep your mind on the thought of others instead of yourself. And whatever you need will come to you. Think about that. Hit that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend if you think it will be of value to them. Take care. Have a great day.